Hello, it's Friday the 30th of September and welcome to this week's news bulletin from the Christian Institute. A Christian Café owner who was told by the police to stop playing a DVD of Bible verses has received a partial apology from the police. Jamie Murray, who runs the Sultan Light Café in Blackpool, was initially visited by officers from the Lancashire Constabulary, who told him that they had received a complaint about the display of homophobic material, and the Bible verses breached Section 5 of the Public Order Act. Mr. Murray said the police indicated that he could be arrested if he continued to display offensive or insulting material. However, Lancashire police have since admitted they got the law wrong and said sorry for the manner of their investigation. But they refused to apologise for launching the investigation and also denied banning the display of the Bible texts in the cafe. Mr. Murray, however, is concerned about the wider implications of Bible censorship and that his experience could happen to other Christians.
It disturbs me actually that we are approaching a state where people can be spoken to by the police, possibly arrested and who knows what else, just for displaying the Bible in public. What's next? Police coming into churches and saying you can't say this or that. We are going down a very dangerous road.
A High Court judge has ruled in favour of a minimally conscious woman whose family wanted to end her life by withdrawing food and water. Mr. Justice Baker said the preservation of life was an important factor in his decision. The case is legally significant because the woman is not in a persistent vegetative state. She is conscious, albeit minimally, and can respond to touch, move an arm, and can put her tongue in and out. Pro-life campaigners, including the Pro-Life Alliance, whilst welcoming the ruling, warned that a decision the other way would have been a failure by the state to protect society's most vulnerable. A government report has revealed that the majority of people in Britain oppose same-sex marriage. The report, entitled Civil Partnerships 5 Years On, was published by the Office for National Statistics last week. It showed that amongst 30 to 49-year-old men, only 35% supported homosexual marriage. The figure reduced to just 20% in the 50 to 69 age category. The figures for women were slightly higher at 44 and 24% respectively. The report comes at a time when politicians in Westminster and Hollywood are considering redefining marriage to allow for homosexual marriage. Strong resistance to change is growing, with leaders from the church as well as public figures Sir Brian Souter and Anne Widdecombe speaking out in support of traditional marriage. A Christian farmer in Northern Ireland has asked Popstar Rihanna to leave his field after he deemed scenes for a music video she was filming inappropriate. Alan Graham said he had never heard of Rihanna until someone called requesting the use of his land. Newspaper pictures have shown the singer dancing topless. Mr. Graham said he had nothing against the singer, but that when things had got to a stage which were not acceptable, he asked the musician's film crew to stop. He added, "We had a conversation, we shook hands and parted company on good terms." Primary schools in England are being penalised for resisting pressure to teach sex education to young children, according to a new report. The report, published by the Family Education Trust, says some local authorities are withholding coveted healthy school status from such schools. Primary schools are under no legal obligation to teach sex education. The decision is left to each school's board of governors after consultation with parents. The report's author, Norman Wells, said, "Primary schools that make a principled decision not to teach sex education should not be stigmatised and denied a sought-after award for that reason. There is nothing inherently unhealthy about a primary school that decides not to teach sex education." The BBC has come in for criticism after some programmes drop the terms BC and AD in case they offend or alienate non-Christians. BC, before Christ, was replaced with BCE, before Common Era, and AD, Anno Domini, which means in the year of our Lord, was replaced with CE, Common Era. However, Radio 4 presenters James Naughtie and John Humphreys indicated they did not back the change. And Andrew Marr, speaking on his BBC One Sunday morning show, commented, "I say AD and BC because that's what I understand." The BBC said it had not issued editorial guidance on the date systems and added it was up to individual production and editorial teams which system to use. The company behind the first Easter egg to mention Jesus on the packaging has launched a new set of interactive chocolate Christmas tree decorations. The Meaningful Chocolate Company, whose real Easter egg was a runaway success, hopes the chocolates will help families to talk about the Christmas story. The package contains a story card and a set of stickers of nativity characters, which are placed on the chocolates as the story is read. A spokesman said, "Once completed, the decorations can be hung on the tree as a reminder of the real meaning of Christmas and as a meaningful treat for all." Well, that's all for this week. For more information and regular updates on all of our stories, plus much more, visit our website at christian.org.uk. Until next time, goodbye.